My name is Michelle Poindexter, and I am a Habitat homeowner. I was living on Rankin Street, and it was horrible. It was always violence, sometimes gunshots. I just had to get my child away from all of that because I didn't want nothing to happen to her, and definitely not nothing to happen to me. So then that's why I applied for Habitat, and here I am right now in my home. A friend of mine set up or told me about it, and the first I was going to apply in September, but they were full. And when they said January the 3rd, I was the first one over there when the doors opened, getting my paperwork and signing up. I said, I'm determined to get this. Yes, I was. Oh my God. At first, they didn't call me the day that I was supposed to, so I was like, well, let me just go over here and get my paperwork and take it somewhere else. And so then the next day they called and they was like, oh, we're sorry. It was late trying to get everybody to pick everybody, and they picked me, and I just almost, I fell in the living room on the floor, and I was like, oh my God, I just got the Habitat. My daughter just like, yeah, we was jumping up and down like kids. It's a great opportunity. It's just something that I had been longing for, getting a home, being able to leave it with my daughter or her kids is something that has been in my sight for years to come, and now I've made it to my destination. There was no way I would have been able to. Interest rates, everything, it was extremely too high. Yeah. So I just would have just still been saving. Oh God, it was hot some days. It was really hot, but the only thing in my head was getting this built. I have to do my part in it. So out there just sweating, hair all over my head. I didn't care. I was sweating to get to this desk, to where I'm at right now. After the fire, we started in August, around the middle of August, and then here we are now, which has been like 5 months, which they put a rush on it. Everybody was just coming in, doing their part. They was just double working in order to get to this far to where it is now. First of all, you contact Habitat for Humanity and don't ever give up, because one day you'll be sitting in this chair just like I am. Yeah. Just don't never give up. That's all I can say.
We do have a few people here that I want to recognize. Kelly Reynolds from Kentucky Housing Corporation, if you would please come up. Kelly is with Kentucky Housing Corporation. They're one of our biggest grantors that help make these things monetarily possible, and I want her to we've been through some trials and tribulations. Kelly knows me. Every time she looks at her phone and sees my name on the caller ID, she cringes. As she knows that I'm about to ask a question that she's probably never heard before. And on this house, that exact thing happened. So I'm going to let her kind of speak about that.
What we're seeing now is a desperate need and lack of housing in all income brackets. So we have to figure out as a state on how we solve this housing crisis that we're in, that was just also exacerbated with 3 natural disasters in 2021 and 2022. So in doing that, we're also looking in how do we create more housing and how do we support economic development by creating housing. So it really does take all the partners and stakeholders working together. In addition to a housing crisis and lack of affordable housing, we also have an issue that material prices are increasing, which makes it harder for agencies like Habitat for Henderson to build houses. It happens with volunteers like you to keep those costs really low. So what we find with our habitats is that our construction costs are a lot lower because of those volunteer hours, and that really is to the group that is standing before me right now. So thank you so much for doing that. Also, we want to say today to the Poindexters, congratulations!
Yes, ma'am!
So in this particular house, this is funded with $110,000 of federal dollars. They are the first habitat in the state of Kentucky to use our federal funding in this way. What that means is some of that money will help Mrs. Poindexter buy the house. Some of that money helps fill a development gap, which is the gap between constructing the house and selling the house. And then the money that's left over comes back to the habitat eventually so they can build and produce more houses. All right, so we are celebrating with you today. I brought you some KHC swag. It's a nice little welcome mat. It says KHC.
Okay.
And if you've got one, you can put this at the back door too.
Okay, all right, thank you.
So here's your welcome mat. And for my party purposes, it is a beautiful day to build homes.
July 6th, 2:30 o'clock in the morning, I get a phone call. I see on his Josh Dixon, the bar chief. had some past, put Josh on fires. I knew this wasn't gonna be good, thinking maybe it was something else, but Josh had to tell me this house is on fire. I came down here, I came down here about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't even get any closer than that wooden fence over here. It was so hot. The 3 houses on fire. It broke my heart. We cried that morning together, didn't we?
Yes.
We did. And I told you then, or I told you 2 weeks before that, I was gonna try to get you in before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That went up in smoke. But I did tell you we're gonna do our best to try to get you in by Christmas. And we've done our best,
Yes, you have.
okay?
Yes.
And you may not gonna get here today, you may not get here before Christmas, but I can tell you, within the middle of January, you will be in this house, okay?
Yes.
And it thrills me so much to be able to give it to you, because we went through a lot.
Yes, we did.
And it blesses me to be an honorary person, to do the most exciting thing in the world, okay? Let's get your key here.
So, Michelle, I don't get to let them in the house because this is your home. So if you would like to go ahead and open the door, bring whoever you'd like to bring.
You did just tell them they could come in.
I did tell them they could come in, but you have to.